So today we're going to be looking at a scenario. What if Das Kaiserreich from Solarciv came to real life? Das Kaiserreich is a pretty strong country in Solarciv. Definitely top 10, somewhere there. But what would happen if it came to life? Well, to kind of introduce you guys to Solarciv, Das Kaiserreich is here in the red. It is a lot of cities, but they claim all of this. They also have a colony in India and a colony in Svalbard. Um, but these are the major towns of Das Kaiserreich. They have all the way here in Kiev, all the way here in, I don't think this is Gotland, but all the way down to Le Mans and over to the capital Flensburg and down to Oostenrijk. So they are pretty big and powerful in the Solarciv server. Um, uh, They're pretty big and powerful on the Solarciv server, and today we're going to be looking at what would happen if they came, well, if they turned to a country. Hope you guys are going to enjoy this scenario and have fun. So, first of all, um, the capital of Das Kaiserreich is in Flensburg. For today, I also do not use the normal world cities for Das Kaiserreich. I use the cities that like, and I forgot one. I'll be back with you guys in a second. Okay, I'm back. I kind of forgot to put down my own city, Rolsburg. Yes, I own a city that's a part of Das Kaiserreich. Um, so yeah. So for the scenario, I use the cities of the Solarciv, like they have a tiny plugin. I use those cities because yeah, so people don't get left out of the nation. Um, So yeah, about the strength of the country, it would be pretty strong. Um, Around maybe like fifth in military, like third in economy, because they have the southern tip of India, which is pretty economically beneficial. They have northern France, all of Germany, Austria, half of Poland. They've major ports over here. They have Kiev. So this is gonna be a real interesting scenario, um, since they are just a very strong country. Um, Disregarding, don't ask me why this is here. It's because um, they recognize a nation, Nadorze, so they're our allies. Um, but for the scenario, they're gonna be invading the remains of Poland. I'm gonna tell you what, this is gonna be over very quickly. Poland got split up into two by the joining of the Kaiserreich into the world. So they're very weak and they're split up. Their capital will um, mostly be this city, which I actually don't know the name of. Yeah, no. Um, but it doesn't matter since the Kaiserreich just invades and take it. And let's look at a peace treaty. And in this peace treaty, they will fully annex Poland. There was not really any other option because Poland would be crippled if they did not get fully annexed. Um, so next, this country is probably gonna invade Czechia. It kind of looks off on the map. If you want to go from Austria to like this city, this is not Warsaw, but this city over here. You have to go around, but what if you just go through them? And that's exactly what they do when they invade Czechia. They just have a division over here and have a division over here. Then they have a major offensive near the capital. They split Czechia in two. They take the capital, and this war has only lasted for a week now. In the next couple of days, Das Kaiserreich rolls over the west of Czechia and annexes the east. Let's look at another peace treaty. Okay, so Das Kaiserreich annexes all of Czechia because it has a lot of industry from back for World War One. All of the industry of Austria-Hungary was located in Czechia, and it's also a strategic place for to well link up with this guy. But for now though, they're not gonna be going more east. They're gonna stop their expansion east, and they're now gonna go north to Denmark for a very obvious reason. Flensburg, the capital, is on the border of Denmark. If like Russia invades Finland, Sweden, and then Denmark, Russia can easily take the capital. So it's more for their own safety. Um, that's the wrong color, but it's probably what's gonna happen soon. They're gonna invade Denmark to protect their capital, and so no one else can take Denmark. So this war is gonna last like 2 hours. Yeah. Uh, Denmark, you never really stand a chance. You got rolled over by Nazi Germany in World War II in 6 hours. Yeah. With modern technology, you're screwed. So I think you guys can think what the peace treaty can be. So we again see full annexation, and with that they also get a bonus because they invaded Denmark. They will get Greenland. The USA was not able to react in time, so yeah, sorry, you snooze, you lose. Um, Greenland now is a part of the Dutch Kaiserreich, and they're probably pretty happy with all this oil now. Gonna be back to you guys when I. Never mind. So for Kaiserreich, what now? They've taken over Denmark and Greenland. They've taken over Poland, and they've taken over Czechoslovakia. Well, now something called an alliance is gonna form. It's gonna be an alliance between the remainder of France, Italy, the UK, the Netherlands, and interestingly enough, Belarus. Belarus teaming up with all these Western nations is not likely because they have Russia. But for this scenario, we're gonna say that Russia does not want to protect Belarus because they're doing stuff in Mongolia. Yeah, sure. Um, so this is really Belarus's only option. They saw the buildup of troops on their border, so they just joined the anti-Kaiserreich Pact. But with this strong alliance now, Germany's gonna have to find some other targets. I know what. Let's go through Belgium and Luxembourg. Um, yeah, let's get to speaking people in Luxembourg and Belgium. It's gonna be easy, right? Yeah, it was easy. Very easy. They got taken over in one day. Luxembourg got taken over in 6 hours. Belgium in 2 days. Um, this just, again, I said it over and over again, but the Kaiserreich is top 5 strongest army, maybe even top 4 now, since India did lose a lot of valuable land over here. Um, so yeah, but for now, let's just say they're top 5, because I don't know if they're necessarily above India yet. So now something is gonna happen that was kind of unexpected to you, maybe, but maybe not. Um, the Balkans are gonna form an alliance together, and well, realistically, the only people that can really form an alliance together in the Balkans is uh, probably Slovakia, Hungary, and Serbia. I know Hungary and Serbia kinda don't like each other because of this border dispute, but they're both allies. Well, actually, Hungary used to be an ally of Russia, but they recently got their elections. I don't know a lot of it, but let's just say the old leader is still in power. Uh, and Slovakia, they're a major trading partner with China and Russia, all this stuff. I don't know a lot of it, but for now, this alliance is gonna be forming, and this really limits the options of those Kaiserreich. So they're gonna be invading Ukraine uh, to link up with Kiev, but Belarus is gonna be jumping in on that in a second. So those Kaiserreich invades. They take Lviv. They go down to the border of Romania, encircle these guys, kill them, and they slowly go bit by bit go more east. What is happening though is these guys are invaded by Ukraine, and in the chaos of this, with Ukraine of course doing, Belarus would join on their own sides against Ukraine. This is to mainly keep land out from Prussia, not Prussia, Das Kaiserreich, um, and of course to take land from Ukraine. But still, they don't want Das Kaiserreich to get that much land and more power, because if they get enough power, they might be able to slap the absolute shit out of this alliance. So the more land you take, the less land the Kaiserreich can take. So Kaiserreich is just gonna say absolutely not Belarus, and they're gonna blitz over to Kiev, and they're gonna liberate all of it. Eventually, uh, well, actually, the Ukraine war didn't happen ever, so yeah, the Kaiserreich is just gonna push more east, and they actually offer Ukraine a peace deal. Ukraine didn't expect this, and they see the terms and they say, "Oh, this is actually pretty good." They just get the land that they already get, and we don't get fully annexed. We get protection from them, from Russia, and happy, yeah. So let's look at this peace treaty. So let's look at this peace treaty, and the peace deal is well, uh, the Kaiserreich can link up with Kiev, and well, Belarus just got their land, what they had, but Belarus claimed a little bit of das Kaiserreich, and that's not gonna be making the Kaiserreich happy. Also, in the peace deal, Ukraine was forced to become an ally of Prussia, the Kaiserreich, and a couple years later, around like 4 years later, um, das Kaiserreich and Ukraine declare war on Belarus. And like I told you a couple minutes ago, Belarus is in alliance with Western Europe. So let's look what. Oh yeah, okay, no, it's pretty. You could have expected that. Same thing with these guys. They just join the war. They see, yo, they're getting jumped. Let's go in and that. But the Kaiserreich has some secret allies. Those secret allies are Ireland. They want Northern Ireland back, and it's actually Croatia and yeah, just Croatia. Also Spain. Apparently Spain had some beef with um France and Italy since they joined the war. It's also free land in the south. The Pyrenees are here, but Portugal joins the war because they have the defensive pact with the UK, and this just basically turns into a great European war, and this is gonna be epic. So first of all, uh, Ukrainian and German soldiers will cross over into the border of Belarus from the east. This is where the most troops of the Kaiserreich were, and they're gonna do an offensive from the west to the capital. They capture the capital, and Belarus is kind of crippled. They also go from the south in their new Ukrainian lands, and it, Belarus was just not prepared for this war. They should really not have made this border dispute with them. On another front, it's going kind of well though. The Netherlands is able to capture Brussels, and they're able to get close to this major city, but they don't capture it. Also, let's put on rivers, pretty important. They go over to the Rhine, they get stopped, with the help of the British, of course. The British make a landing in Normandy, and they come very close to uh, one of the most important cities in Das Kaiserreich, Le Mans. In my opinion, it's the second most important city after Flensburg, but that's up for debates between the citizens. France captures Orleans. It is not where it is in real life, but this is where it is on Solarciv. They again come very close to Le Mans, and they go up to Paris, but they don't capture it. This surprise attack, well, yeah, the Kaiserreich didn't actually think that Belarus would actually get protected since they're an eastern nation. Slovakia and Budapest, what? Hungary come very close to the capital of, well, Yeah, they come close to Vienna, but in Solarciv, it's Österreich. Um, Slovakia and Hungary and Serbia also make an offensive up north, but don't capture the city. And it doesn't look so well for the Kaiserreich. But we have to remember, Spain and Ireland are in this war, and they're gonna be, well, Ireland's gonna be a great distraction, but um, Spain is gonna be very strong. They're gonna be, never mind. They're gonna start their invasion of Portugal and up from the north and from the east. They also their navy. They're gonna do that. They're gonna be fighting the Italian and what's left of the French navy, and they're gonna try to slowly go around the Pyrenees, which is gonna be very hard, but we'll see. When we go back to Belarus, we see that Belarus is absolutely getting their ass kicked. A big encirclement of around 50,000 troops happened. They all got killed, surrendered, or captured. Um, they go over to the border of Russia, and well, Belarusian citizens are fleeing into Russia. That's a better place to live. Those troops are now gonna be kind of gonna be slitting up. They're gonna be going to well, around like 10% is gonna be going to this front, 10% to there, and then the rest probably to the UK and France. Maybe a little bit more to the Netherlands because they also have the support of the British. Um, so let's look what those troops can do. Oh, yeah, that will do them. That will do. So with those troops arriving, Slovakia gets bombed. Um, I don't know what you expected. And they also link up with Croatia. But when that same offensive in Belarus and over here was happening, Italy did able to get some uh, special forces in the Alps. They take over the city of Innsbruck. They capture that, and they come very close to the city of Thugging. Yeah, they capture this Trieste, I think. They come very close to Zagreb, but don't capture it. France is having more success. They again come very close to Le Mans. The Battle of Le Mans is about to happen, and also with the British getting there, they got fully encircled, and the citizens of Le Mans fight back heavily. Brittany is getting close in on, but they're holding their ground. And Paris made a counteroffensive and are very close to Orleans. They're actually so close that the Battle of Orleans is now happening. When we go back down to Spain, we see Lisbon getting captured, and Porto was already captured. So Portugal just basically surrenders, and Spain will send their troops up north and send their navy up north to help Brittany. Um, with those extra Spanish troops, the special forces are able to kinda get some more ground, but they're still struggling heavily. Um, the German troops have just arrived and they just gave an ultimatum to the Dutch. We will absolutely bomb all of your cities if you don't surrender. The Netherlands doesn't care. They hold their ground. And one of the greatest military offensives is now going to happen with one of their generals called Stan is going to be kicking their butt. They're going to take Rotterdam, the biggest port in Europe. They're going to take Amsterdam and they're going to fully bomb everything. They're going to come down, retake Orleans. They're going to try to recapture the home city of Stan, Le Mans. Um, Ireland has just captured all of Northern Ireland. The Scots are rebelling. So this war is not looking too great for the blue team. Um, someone is gonna be joining this war now, and I don't think you guys expected it, but it's gonna be Turkey. No, it's not. I'm stupid. Someone is gonna be joining this war, and it's gonna be Morocco. Morocco does not like Spain, and they could definitely distract Spain for a very long time. They have a very capable military, and I don't know much about their uh, navy, but they have a very capable military. They probably want Ceuta and Melilla back, um, so that's why they joined the war. And we're also gonna have Sweden joining. Sweden is actually, well, at least southern Sweden is a country in Solarciv that is enemies with Das Kaiserreich. So kind of with their IRL relations, well, Solarciv relations, bring that in. Morocco is just IRL. They have beef with Spain. So they're gonna get catch Spain off guard. They're gonna recapture Gibraltar for the British. They're gonna slowly move up the coast. Um, Spain did not expect this, so Spain is immediately gonna uh, pull back all the troops out of France. So with that, that's gonna be a major issue for everyone, because now the Italian troops have kind of broken through. They captured Fugging. They go more north. They are finally reach out of the Alps, and that's a very big problem for the Kaiserreich, because you're now fighting against the Italian army in Austria and in Germany, and now also in France, since the reinforcements have arrived. They recapture all of Orleans, they encircle the city of Le Mans further, and they almost reach Paris. With the Scots got beaten very bad. They get killed, hung in the town square, yeah. And the jumping of the Swedish jumping of the Kaiserreich is doing great. Now there's gonna be a major turning point in the war, though. That's gonna be Das Kaiserreich sending their last kind of forces over into Hungary and trying to get these guys out of the war. Um, they take Belgrade and Serbia surrenders. And with that kind of victory and uh, a lot of timing, they are able to kick Italy all the way out of Croatia. They're also able to take fucking back and Um, I'm sorry, my microphone just went out. I'm back. So what I was about to say is they recaptured the city of Fugging and they pushed them back all the way out of Germany. Brittany does get close in on, and they even lose this last major city, and they're almost thinking about surrendering, but due to the achievements of the General Stan, they don't surrender yet. Um, the achievements of Stan are actually so great that they recapture, well, break out the encirclement of Le Mans. The siege is eventually lifted, and this is a really good turning point for the war because France is now getting well. They have to fight against the most troops of the Das Kaiserreich because there are a lot of troops over here, but it's mostly mountains, so they can just cover their warfare. The navy, they're already fighting a naval battle, and they have now sent reinforcements to Copenhagen. Ireland is still, well, they're not still, but now they're getting absolutely slapped. Um, the UK troops have arrived. They're getting slapped. They don't surrender yet because they have faith in the Kaiserreich winning, but it doesn't look too good for them. If we go back down here to Spain, Spain kicks Morocco out of Spain, and they kick Morocco out of Morocco. Yeah, this was not very smart from Morocco. Spain has all of their troops over here. This is very risky, but again, the mountains in the north do serve very good defensive. Uh, when I say all of their troops, they don't have all of their troops, but they have a majority of their troops. They of course still have their navy, and they still have some home defenses to guerrilla warfare out. They take Rabat, they take those other two cities, and Morocco doesn't really surrender. They just kind of like leave the war. Um, so technically that's dealt with, but yeah. Um, so Spain is gonna send their troops up north again, and oh boy. So again, the military greatest general of the world, Stan, is gonna retake Orleans, retake this city, kick the British out of France, and just absolutely kick butt. They take the new capital of France called Lyon, and they're just absolutely getting smacked. Um, Italy's offensive has actually been going pretty well. Uh, they have captured like most of Austria. They're even liberating parts of Hungary and Slovakia. So that's pretty great for them. Italy is of course a top 10 military. Same with the UK. France used to be, but they lost all their like northern lands and they lost their iron mines and stuff. So that's bad. Those reinforcements against Sweden have done miracles. They've recaptured all of their lands. They land in Malmo. They use this island to land over here, and they save. Um, they say, "Yeah, bro, just leave the war. This is not worth it, bro. You will lose all your population if you fight." And Sweden agrees, and they leave. With this is only really a couple fronts left. Ireland gets rolled over. France, however, uh, well, the Kaiserreich kind of takes this river and splits France up into two. And with the Spanish coming from the south and the Germans from the north, France got crushed. The only one who's really holding out now is Italy. Um, okay, I think we all know what Italy would do in this situation. They would definitely switch sides, and that's just the UK. And the UK does not want to fight this war because that's all of Europe. Yeah, um, you don't want to fight that. You could have maybe fought that in the past, but you're not in your prime anymore. You don't have your colonial empire, so cry in a corner. Okay, so if you look at this peace treaty, a lot of stuff happened. Um, yeah. As you can see, a lot of stuff happened in this peace treaty. Belarus got fully annexed by das Kaiserreich. Same with the Netherlands. The northern part of southern France got annexed by das Kaiserreich. Southern part got annexed by Spain. Spain also annexed Portugal. They annexed the northern part of Morocco. Das Kaiserreich annexed the northern part of Italy with Venice and Milan. Because of Italy switching sides, they are now forced in an alliance with das Kaiserreich. Don't ask me how Ukraine gets. Probably more operations. And das Kaiserreich takes the southern part of Sweden. And yeah, oh yeah, the UK annexes all of Ireland since they did get fully occupied, and the Kaiserreich was not able to protect them. And Croatia gets the northern part of Serbia and the southern part of Hungary. For this video, there's only one thing that we need to do, and that is to erase Switzerland from the map. Yes, no more Swiss cheese. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, I extremely encourage you guys to join Solarciv and join one of our towns. We have a we have a non-toxic community. Uh, we have a lot of building and stuff. Um, so if you join Solarciv, I encourage you to join one of our cities. You can also ask me in my Discord. That is just Judge Mapper. If you can join my town, and I'll gladly accept. If you don't want to, you can join any other town if they accept. The towns I do kind of like advise is either my town, Flensburg, or of course Le Mans. Um, so that will do it for the today's video. As we can see, the Kaiserreich was pretty powerful. Sorry for southern India that didn't do anything. So, sorry for Svalbard that didn't do anything. Um, hope you guys watched it. And again, just join, bro. Just join. See ya. Oh yeah. Also subscribe and join the Discord in my bio. That is the server for the Kaiserreich. And lastly, just hope you enjoyed. Like the video. Subscribe. See ya.